Brain rules. 12 simple ways to make your brain work better. Hello, friends. Today, I want to share something amazing with you. This is about a special book called Brain Rules by Dr. John Medina. This book can change how you think, learn, and live. It has 12 simple rules that help your brain work better. Asterisk, asterisk before we start. If you like this story and want more amazing book summaries that can change your life, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We share the best books in simple English so everyone can understand and grow. Asterisk, asterisk, your brain is like a supercomputer, but nobody gave you the instruction manual. You go to school, you work hard, but nobody teaches you how to use your brain properly. That's why many people forget things quickly, can't focus well, and feel stuck in life. But don't worry. Dr. Medina gives us 12 brain rules. These are like secret keys. Once you learn them, your life starts getting better. Let me tell you all 12 rules in simple words that everyone can understand. Rule 1. Exercise makes your brain stronger. Yes, you heard right. Exercise is not just for your body, it's also for your brain. When you move your body, your brain works better. Think about our ancestors long ago. They didn't sit at computers all day like us. They were always walking, running, hunting. Their brains got strong because their bodies moved a lot. When you exercise, more oxygen goes to your brain. Your memory gets better. You can focus more. You feel less worried and scared. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. Even 20 to 30 minutes of walking every day can help your brain. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who was 42 years old. He was heavy, sad, and couldn't focus on anything. His work was going badly. His memory was getting worse. His doctor said his brain was getting slow. One morning at 4 a.m., he just put on his shoes and started walking. That's all. Every day, 30 minutes of walking. No phone, no excuses, just walking. After 3 weeks, he could focus better. After 2 months, he got promoted at work. After 6 months, he lost 10 kilos. But most important, he said, I got my brain back. I feel alive again. Why? Because walking gave his brain what it needed. If you want to remember better, think clearly, and become smarter. Start moving your body today. Your brain is waiting for you to move. Rule 2. Your brain is built for survival. Your brain wasn't made just for studying or doing math. For millions of years, it was built for one main job, to keep you alive. Everything your brain does today, every fear, every decision, every thought comes from this old goal. Stay alive. Think about early humans living in the wild. There was danger everywhere. Wild animals, storms, hunger. To survive, their brains had to be very alert, good at solving problems, and able to remember past dangers. So your brain evolved in the jungle, not in a classroom. That's why your brain responds strongly to emotions, new things, faces, movement, and fear. But today, we sit in offices and schools. We scroll on phones endlessly. Brain gets bored, stressed, or feels disconnected from real purpose. Your brain still wants to solve real problems, feel meaning, and explore new things. There was a young woman named Lena. She worked in a cold, gray office in London. 9 hours a day, same routine, no passion. Her mental health started getting bad. Day she remembered her childhood dream to build homes for people in places where no one else would go. She quit her job, joined a volunteering mission. Within a year, she was designing solar-powered homes in remote deserts in Kenya, she said. For the first time in years, I feel alive. My brain is awake again. I feel like I'm using it the way it was made to be used. If you feel lost, tired, or like something is missing, it's not because you're lazy. It's because your brain was built for something deeper. Ask yourself, what challenge excites me? What problem can I solve that actually matters? Asterisk, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing stories like this. We turn complex books into simple wisdom that anyone can use. Asterisk, asterisk. Rule 3. Every brain is different. There's no one like you in the entire world. Your brain, the way it connects, thinks, feels, and learns is 100% unique. So why are we all trying to learn the same way? Why are we all judged by the same tests? We forgot how different we really are. Think of your brain like a computer. But not just any computer, a machine that rewires itself every day based on your memories, emotions, experiences, and habits. That means your way of learning is different from your friends, your brothers, or your teachers. What works for one person might never work for another. Some people learn by reading, others learn by watching, others by doing, moving, building, or even by failing and trying again. There was a boy named Max. He always failed in class. He couldn't memorize anything. His teacher called him slow. But Max had a secret. He could see machines in his mind. He could look at a broken fan or light bulb and understand how it worked without being taught. Years later, Maxisi became an engineer. Not because of school, but because he followed his unique way of thinking. Today, he builds silent wind turbines that give power to homes in rural villages. He said, "I wasn't dumb. I just learned in a different way." Your brain physically rewires every time you learn something new. No two brains store the same memory in the same place. Even identical twins have different brain wiring. Stop comparing your brain to someone else's. Stop thinking you're not smart just because you don't learn the way others do. Instead, find what works for you. Test different learning styles. Play to your strengths. Your brain is not broken. It's just beautifully different. The moment you start working with it instead of against it, your life will change. Rule 4. We don't pay attention to boring things, let's be honest. The modern world is full of noise. Every second something tries to steal your attention. Ads, messages, social media, screens, notifications. Here's the truth. Your brain was not built for multitasking. It was built to survive. That means it only pays attention to what it finds important. If something feels boring, your brain automatically switches off. That's not your fault. It's biology. Your brain is like a security guard. It stands at the gate and asks, "Is this dangerous? Is this new? Is this emotional? Is this useful?" If the answer is yes, the gate opens. If no, your attention moves on. That's why we forget long lectures. That's why most meetings feel useless. That's why we zone out while reading boring books. Think about this. You walk into a room with cream-colored walls. Nothing changes. You don't even notice it. But suddenly there's lightning outside. Boom, what happens? Your eyes widen. Your body freezes. Your brain says, "Pay attention." Attention works. Your brain notices change, movement, emotion, surprise, urgency. But if everything stays the same, your brain stops caring. The brain can only focus for about 10 minutes at a time before needing a break. Emotions activate more brain activity than plain facts. Pictures, stories, and humor grab attention more than dry information. So if you want to study better, speak better, or teach better, you must learn how to trigger attention. If you want people to listen, if you want your brain to focus, make it care. Use stories, use pictures, ask questions, add surprises, change your tone, take short breaks. Make the information emotional and meaningful. Remember, attention is like money. Spend it wisely, protect it strongly, and never waste it on things that don't matter. Rule 5. Repeat to remember, short-term memory. Think of your brain like a whiteboard. When you hear or learn something new, it gets written on that board. But here's the problem. The brain's whiteboard is tiny, and the writing fades in seconds. If you don't repeat what you learned, it's gone, erased, forgotten. That's short-term memory. It's fast and useful, but it doesn't last. Your short-term memory can only hold about 7 pieces of information for less than 30 seconds. Example. Someone tells you a phone number. You remember it for a few seconds. Then you blink, check your phone, and it's gone. Sound familiar? That's your short-term memory. It's limited and needs help to turn into long-term memory. That help is called repetition. Imagine you have a small bucket with holes in it. You pour water into it, but within seconds, it leaks out. Now imagine pouring water again and again. Each time the bucket holds a little more before leaking. Eventually the bucket gets strong enough to hold water longer. That's how your memory works. Without repetition, it leaks. With repetition, gets stronger. Most people forget 50% of what they learn within 1 hour. After one day, they forget 70%. After 1 week, they forget 90%, unless they review it. That's why repetition is not boring. It's essential. But there's a smarter way to do it. Use spaced repetition. Review after 1 hour, 1 day, 3 days, 1 week. 1 month tips to improve short-term memory. Break large information into small parts. Link new information to what you already know. Turn words into mental pictures. Teach what you learn to someone else. Blame your brain for forgetting. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. But if you want to remember, you must train it. Think of every piece of knowledge as a seed. If you only water it once, it dies. But if you come back to it again and again, it grows roots and becomes part of you. Asterisk, asterisk, if you're enjoying these brain secrets, please subscribe to our channel. We share more amazing discoveries from the world's best books in simple English that everyone can understand. Asterisk, asterisk, hash hash rule 6. Remember to repeat long-term memory short-term. Memory is fast and temporary. But long-term memory, that's what shapes who you are. That's how knowledge stays with you, not just for days, but for years. Here's the key. To store something in your long-term memory, you must visit it again and again over time. It's not about how many hours you study in one day. It's about how often you come back to it over many days. Think of long-term memory as a path in the forest. The first time you walk it, the path is weak. Grass is high, bushes block the way. You move slowly. But if you walk that same path again the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, something amazing happens. The path gets clearer, easier, faster. Eventually it becomes a road. That's how neurons in your brain create strong connections. Every time you recall a memory, you strengthen the path. Imagine writing a word on wet cement. At first, it's clear, but still soft. Touch it too soon, and it smudges. Wait too long without repeating it, and the rain will wash it away. But if you trace that word over and over and let it dry layer by layer, eventually it becomes permanent. That's what repetition does to your long-term memory. It engraves your learning into your brain. New memories are fragile. They need repeated exposure to become permanent. Sleep, stress, and attention impact memory formation. Memory is not like a file you save. It's like a muscle you train. The act of recalling a memory strengthens it more than simply rereading. This means if you study and review at intervals, you'll remember far more. If you test yourself instead of just reading, you'll retain more. If you apply knowledge in real life, it becomes part of you. Tips to strengthen long-term memory. Review after 24 hours, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. Teach what you learn, even to a wall. Use flashcards and quiz yourself. Link new ideas to old ones. Use storytelling and visual memory. Your brain loves pictures. Many people feel like failures when they forget something. They say, my memory is bad, or I'm just not smart. But that's not true. You're not broken. You just haven't learned how to train your memory yet. It's not about forcing. It's about repeating, remembering, rewiring. Let time be your teammate, and your brain will follow. Hash hash rule 7. Sleep well. Think well. We live in a world that glorifies hustle. No sleep. Just work. Winners don't sleep. Sleep is for the weak. But the truth is, sleep is not a waste of time. Sleep is your brain's most powerful tool. When you sleep, your body rests, but your brain gets to work. It processes memories, solves problems, cleans out toxins, prepares you for the next day. Skipping sleep doesn't make you stronger. It makes you slower, weaker, and less smart. Lack of sleep affects focus, creativity, memory, learning speed, decision-making, and mood. Even just one night of poor sleep reduces your brain's performance by almost 40%. It's the same as being drunk. You wouldn't go to school drunk. You wouldn't study drunk. But that's what your brain feels like when it doesn't get enough sleep. Imagine your brain is a factory. During the day, workers are running everywhere, taking orders, solving problems, moving fast. But at night, something changes. The lights go dim, machines slow down, and the cleanup crew arrives. They take out the trash, sort the files, organize the mess, repair the machines. If the factory skips this night shift, the mess piles up. Eventually, the system crashes. That's your brain without sleep. During sleep, your brain clears waste and harmful toxins, improves problem solving and creativity. REM sleep locks in. Long-term memory deep sleep people who sleep well are faster learners, better decision makers, and more emotionally stable. Students who get enough sleep perform better on exams. Athletes who sleep longer win more often. Even 20 to 30-minute naps can boost brain performance significantly. Sleep tips: stick to a sleep schedule. Even on weekends, avoid caffeine 6 hours. Before bed, turn off screens 1 hour before sleep. Keep your room dark and cool. Meditate or listen to calm music before bed. Don't eat heavy food too late. Sleep is not just for recovery. It's part of your growth. It's part of your success. Never say, "I'll sleep when I'm dead," because without sleep, you're not really alive. You're slower, foggier, losing your edge. If you want to be smart, focused, motivated, and truly successful, respect your sleep. Protect your sleep. Schedule your sleep like you schedule your dreams, because without rest, your dreams will remain dreams. But with sleep, they become plans, and plans become power. # Rule 8. Stressed brains don't learn the same way you might. Think stress just makes you feel tired or overwhelmed, but stress actually changes your brain. It stops you from learning, blocks memory. It slows thinking. Stress doesn't just hurt your body, it shuts down your brain, especially the parts you need most. Focus, memory, confidence. Your brain has something called the amygdala, the fear center. When you feel stress, pressure, fear, anxiety, or danger, the amygdala goes into overdrive. It's like an alarm bell ringing inside your head. When this happens, blood flow goes to survival parts of your brain. Learning stops. Memory fades. Logic disappears. You become emotional, distracted, and foggy. This is not your fault. It's your brain protecting you. But it doesn't know the difference between a lion attack and an angry email. Imagine a beautiful library filled with books. Every idea, every memory, every lesson is stored there. Now imagine a flood rushing into that library. Water everywhere. The lights go off. The shelves start falling. Books are floating. Pages are torn. Can you study now? Can you think clearly? That's your brain on stress. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If stress floods your mind, your learning stops. Chronic. Stress shrinks the hippocampus, the memory center of the brain. Students under stress perform worse on exams, not because they didn't study, but because their brains were blocked. Stress releases cortisol, which over time damages memory, creativity, and emotional control. Types of stress that hurt learning: toxic relationships, fear of failure, constant pressure, unresolved trauma, negative self-talk, comparison with others, living in unsafe or chaotic environments if you're trying to grow. Succeed or learn, you must protect your brain from stress. Like a warrior guards a castle. Here's how. Practice deep breathing and meditation. Even for 5 minutes, get out in nature, walk, move. Breathe, express your emotions through journaling, talk to someone you trust. Don't carry pain alone. Cut. Toxic inputs, bad news. Negative people, toxic scrolling. Replace negative self-talk with kindness. Laugh. Yes. Seriously, laughter heals the brain. If you're feeling like you can't focus, like your memory is weak, like you're stuck in fog and nothing is working, pause. You're not broken. You're stressed. You don't need to study harder. You need to breathe, heal, and protect your mind. Because no flower can bloom in a storm, and no brain can learn under attack. Heal the storm, and you'll find your brilliance again. Asterisk. Are you learning something valuable? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more powerful insights from the world's best books. We make complex ideas simple so you can transform your life. Asterisk, asterisk, hash, hash. Rule 9. Stimulate more of the senses. Most people try to learn using only one sense, usually reading text with their eyes. But your brain was not designed to learn through just words. It was designed to learn through multiple senses at the same time. When you combine more senses, you remember more, understand faster, and stay focused longer. That's called sensory integration. And it's one of your brain's biggest superpowers. Your brain has 5 doors: sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. When you open more than one door, the brain becomes more alert, engaged, and active. It creates more connections, which leads to better memory and understanding. This is why you remember. The smell of your grandmother's kitchen, the sound of your favorite song from school, the feeling of holding a book you loved, the taste of food you ate on your birthday, a face you haven't seen in years. Just from one glance, imagine reading about Egyptian pyramids in a textbook. It's dry, just facts, just ink on paper. Now imagine going to a museum instead. You see the ancient stones, you hear wind sounds of the desert. You touch sand in a display. You watch a 3D video of how pyramids were built. You smell ancient oils used by pharaohs, which experience will stay in your memory longer. Exactly. That's sensory integration. Students who learn with visuals plus audio retain 65% more after 3 days. Using more senses activates more areas of the brain, leading to stronger memory networks. Learning through touch improves understanding in people who struggle with reading. Whether you're studying, teaching, or just trying to remember something, use these tips. Add visuals, diagrams, drawings, mind maps. Use sound, audiobooks, music. Explain out loud. Touch things, physical objects, flashcards. Models involve smell or taste. Light a scent while studying a topic. Move, walk while memorizing. Use gestures to learn even. Reading your notes out loud instead of silently activates more brain regions. Don't limit your brain. Don't treat it like a single-lane road. It's a superhighway. Open more lanes. Use your eyes, your ears, your hands, your voice. Because the more senses you use, the more alive your brain becomes, and the more unforgettable your learning becomes. Don't study harder. Study deeper. Study fully. To learn hash hash Rule 10. Vision trumps all other senses. Your brain is connected to all 5 senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. But out of all of them, there's one sense that dominates the rest: vision. Your brain is a visual machine. It understands images faster, remembers pictures longer, and learns through visuals better than through words or sounds. In fact, over half of your brain's resources are used just for vision-related tasks. Let me show you how strong your visual brain is. Read this list quickly: apple, mountain, clock, sunset. Try to forget them. Impossible, right? Why? Because you didn't. Just read those words. Your brain instantly created images in your mind. You saw the apple, you saw the sunset, you didn't even try. Your brain did it automatically. Imagine watching a silent movie. It's no sound, no words. But in just 10 seconds, you know who the hero is, who the villain is, what emotion is being shown, what danger is coming next. Why? Because your brain reads the story visually. It reads facial expressions, body language, colors, motion, angles, shadows, and it feels something. That's how deep vision goes. People remember 10% of what they hear. They remember 65% of what they see, even after 3 days. Adding visuals to explanations improves learning by up to 400%. Vision is processed 60,000 times faster than text. Whether you're a student, teacher, speaker, or just trying to learn something new, you must use visual power. Use mind maps instead of plain notes. Watch videos or animations instead of only reading. Add drawings or diagrams to your lessons. Use color coding in your notes. Create flashcards with pictures. Replace walls of text with images and presentations. Visualize concepts in your head like short movies. Words are powerful, sounds are helpful. But if you want something to stick in your brain, make it visual. Your brain remembers what it sees far more than what it hears. So if you want to master anything faster, turn it into a picture. Turn it into color. Turn it into a story your brain can see. Because once your brain sees it, it remembers it. And once it remembers it, it changes you. # Rule 11. Male and female brains are different. We often hear people say everyone's brain is the same, but science says something different. Male and female brains are not better or worse. They're just different. That means they process information differently, handle emotions differently, react to stress differently, store memories differently, and learn in different ways. Understanding this helps us build better communication, stronger relationships, and more respectful learning environments. How are they different? Stress response. In men, stress activates fight-or-flight response. In women, stress activates tend-and-befriend response. Build relationships and seek support emotion processing. Women's brains are wired for emotional detail. Men's brains focus more on general problem-solving memory. Women tend to remember people, conversations, and emotions better. Men often remember spatial directions, movement, and physical details better. Learning style. Girls respond better to face-to-face learning. Storytelling, emotional content. Boys often prefer movement, competition, logic-based challenges. This isn't true for every person, but science shows patterns in how male and female brains are wired differently. Imagine you have two radios. Both can play music. Both have antennas. Both have batteries. But one picks up bass better. The other picks up treble better. Neither is broken. They're just tuned differently. That's how male and female brains work. Different frequencies, same. Beauty. Male brains have more connections within each hemisphere, better for spatial tasks. Female brains have more connections between hemispheres, better for multitasking and emotional awareness. These are brain-based tendencies, not fixed rules, but understanding them helps teachers, parents, and partners support each other better. When we don't understand brain differences, we create misunderstanding, blame, conflict, and ineffective learning. But when we do understand, we create patience, respect, support, and deeper learning. Whether you're male or female, there's no such thing as the better brain, only your brain. And your brain is exactly how it's supposed to be. Different doesn't mean wrong. Different means unique. And unique means you have a gift no one else has. If you're a teacher, respect both styles. If you're a learner, honor your own style. If you're a partner, learn how their brain works, not how you want it to work. Because once we stop trying to make everyone the same, we start to build a world where everyone feels seen. ***, subscribe to our channel to discover more amazing insights about how your mind works. We share the best knowledge from world-famous books in simple English that transforms lives. **#Rule 12. We are powerful and natural explorers. There's something inside you. It's older than technology, stronger than fear, wiser than doubt. It's the instinct to explore. From the moment you were born, before you could speak, before you could walk, your brain was already reaching out, grabbing, touching, looking, listening, asking. Testing. Exploration is not something you learn. It's something you're born with. You are not meant to stay in one place, not physically, not mentally, not emotionally. You are wired to grow, to learn, to expand, to understand what you don't yet know. This is the final rule, and it might just be the most beautiful one. The brain isn't a passive machine. It doesn't wait for information to arrive. It chases it. It forms questions. It builds maps. It creates new pathways, tests ideas. It corrects mistakes. When you explore, your brain lights up in ways nothing else can achieve. This is why kids learn so fast, because they don't fear questions. They don't fear curiosity. They're not scared to try, fail, get up, and try again. Imagine a tiny seed in dark soil. It doesn't know what's above, doesn't have a map, but deep inside, it knows there is light. So it pushes and climbs and stretches through the dirt. Because someone told it to, but because it was built to grow. One day that seed becomes a tree. Your brain is the same. It wasn't made to stay buried. It was made to reach. Babies are born curious. Even in the womb, they react to sounds and light. The brain is constantly forming hypotheses, guesses about the world. When you explore new environments, your brain creates new neural connections. Exploration activates dopamine, the chemical of motivation and excitement. People who continue to learn and explore into old age stay sharper and happier longer. Your brain craves learning. It doesn't care about age, background, money, or education. It only asks one thing: what's next? Exploration doesn't always mean travel. It can also mean reading a new book, asking difficult questions, trying a new skill, speaking a new language, solving a problem you don't understand, visiting a place outside your comfort zone. Right. Meeting someone who thinks differently than you. Learning from failure, not running from it. In every one of these actions, your brain grows. If you ever feel bored, lost, or stuck, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you stopped exploring. The moment you explore again, even a small step, your brain wakes up. You don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move, to ask, to try, to open your mind again. Because deep inside you is that same child who once asked a million questions, who once believed the world was magical, who once believed they could do anything. That child never left you. That explorer never died. That brain, your brain, still wants to grow. So let it. # final words. Your amazing brain now. We've reached the end. 12 rules, 12 ways to change your life. 12 ways to use your brain, the most powerful thing you will ever own. Let's remember something. Your brain is not broken. It is not weak. It is not lazy. It is not too old. It is not too slow. It is not too damaged. It's just been waiting. It's waiting for the right rules. It's waiting for you to believe in it again. Because you were not born to just go through life. You were born to learn, to heal, to lead, to build, to change, to love, to explore, and to grow. And every single one of those starts with your brain. You have a brain that can rewire itself, heal from trauma, learn anything, speak any language, build new habits, break old patterns, think new thoughts, shape your entire future, but only if you choose to use it wisely. Most people won't. They'll ignore these rules. They'll stay distracted. They'll stay afraid. They'll say, I'm not smart enough, and the world will lose the genius they could have become. But you're different. You made it to the end. You stayed. You listened. You learned. And that means you've already taken the first step. Now take the next one. Let this be your new belief. I have a powerful brain. I will protect it. I will feed it. I will train it. I will use it to change my life and maybe even the world. Let these 12 rules be your compass. Let your mind lead you to your full potential. Because the world doesn't need more people who memorize things. It needs more people who think deeply, act bravely, and dream wildly. That starts with you. It starts today. **** if this summary moved you, helped you, or inspired you, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Share this with someone who needs it. Comment below and tell us which brain rule surprised you the most. You never know whose life this could change. ********, we don't just teach, we transform. Subscribe now for more powerful, emotional, and life-changing book summaries in simple English. Together, we can unlock the genius in every mind. ****, thank you for reading, and remember your brain is waiting for you to believe in it again. Start today. Your future self will thank you.